This is the whole list of units that you can actually choose from for free when it comes to the gift cards that Dokkan is giving out as a part of this thank you celebration. But the question is, out of all of these 77 units, which character should you choose? Before we hop into all of that, let's throw out the subscriber challenge for today. If you have not spent a single gift card, if you've saved them all up until this point, then you got to subscribe to the channel. I caught you lacking today. It's not really my fault. It's kind of your fault, to be honest. But if you actually have used at least one of them, or maybe all at this point, then I'll let you off the hook for today. Thank you guys for being here, and let's hop straight into this video. So first things first, before we hop into each individual unit, I just want to say I recommend picking any unit that can help you beat any specific content that you cannot beat as of right now. So for example, right, let's pull up this EZA for STR Omega Shenron. Now, definitely one of the more EZAs to complete, because you only need Kamehameha category character, which is definitely an OP category. And if you run AGL units, then you're going to cream pie this event, right? But let's say you don't really have that many AGL Kamehameha units. So what you could do is hop over here and choose, you know what, I want this GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Then you awaken him, and then now he's a legitimate option for you to run in this EZA, and maybe now you can beat it, right? Yes, this guy doesn't have an EZA just yet, but a 90% attack and defense at the start of turn is definitely enough to do some damage to this guy, right? Again, these units are not the craziest units of all time, but a lot of them are very, very powerful. So I would consider, if you cannot beat this EZA, pick units like this Goku who can help you beat it for those extra stones. Another great example is this AGL Golden Frieza right here, right? He is a monster after he is EZA'd, and when he does have an EZA, his 90% damage reduction comes in super clutch in difficult content. So SBR, extreme SBR. If you're struggling beating any stages that have anything to do with these categories here, Resurrected Warriors, Terrifying Conquerors, etc., you might want to consider picking this guy up, because he's definitely going to help you in that, or in any of these stages, right? So again, pick units from this list that can help you beat content that you cannot beat as of right now. That's my initial, breakdown, my initial advice to you. But let's say you don't really care about that, or you already have a lot of those stages beaten, you don't really care. Let's just hop straight into each individual unit. So this Super Saiyan 2 Goku right here, that he gets an EZA, he's pretty good, but I wouldn't really consider picking him up. Then we have this Dyspo. Actually, this guy does change orbs. He could be, if you like running mono AGL, like a whole AGL team, and you struggle with orbs sometimes, he could be a nice option, because he does change orbs. The thing is, he needs those orbs to be looking really, really good, so keep that in mind. Now this guy right here, I mean, he's okay. Dyspo is not really the unit you want to pick, though. Then we have this guy right here. This Skinny Buu is actually very powerful for very difficult content. He's only really good though for like the first few turns, right? For the first 7 turns, he has 300% attack and defense and 3 ki. That makes him very, very, very powerful, especially in difficult content containing these specific categories. So I would highly consider picking this guy up if you need a really powerful defensive option to beat things like Universe Route Saga SBR, Reps of Universe 7. You get the point, okay? Then we have this Trunks. Actually, this Khalifa. This Khalifa is actually pretty decent. She can dodge. So I think if you can get her EZA, she's definitely a decent option. But nothing too crazy. But if you do have a Universe 6 team, if you're summoning for the Bond of Friendship, Kale and Khalifa, I guess she could work good in that team as well. But I would just say overall, she's not the craziest unit, but she definitely can help you dodge in difficult content. All right. This Trunks, I would just say no. Gohan, no. Family Kamehameha Gohan, no. GT Goku, no. Blue Goku actually got an EZA. I wouldn't say he's the craziest unit of all time after his EZA, but I do think he does have some, just a little value to him, right? So he can raise defense on Super Deck, which is pretty cool. This guy is not a slot 1 unit though, so just keep that in mind. But he does give himself 100% attack and defense on Super, and then extra 59% attack and defense, and all allies chance of critting plus 7% and 20% attack when attacking, or basically when you're on a Realm of Gods category team. Okay, so if you're gonna run a Realm of Gods centric team and you don't have like that many options, this guy will give everyone 20% attack, a chance to crit, and he'll buff himself up as well. So he's honestly a decent option. He's not in the craziest unit, but if you can get him EZA'd, I'd really consider picking him up. Super Vegeta, definitely not. Is it? Wait, hold on. This is not Super Vegeta. I confuse this guy with yeah, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. I call them I'm thinking about the AGL Super Vegeta. Yeah, definitely don't pick confused on this list. Then these 3 units are okay. Nothing too crazy though. Then we have extreme units. Again, this Frieza has a lot of value. He's never, like, in terms of his value, again, like, if you're under 40% HP, he won't have his damage reduction active. But I still feel like if you're above 40% HP, then his value is, like, immeasurable. It's so freaking powerful. So please consider picking him up if you haven't already. Kid Buu sucks, and this cell is, like, he's decent, but yeah, he's not really that great. Then I'd say no for Vegeta, no for 16. This Goku, if you're facing a Vegeta enemy, he could be really good. And since the legendary Vegeta event is coming out on Global in some time, then he could be a decent option to pick up, especially since the last stage of LVE is AGL. This guy is Tech, so he can actually be a really solid option to actually go ahead and beat that event. So keep that in mind. This future Vegeta, no. Bulla, no. Honestly, I would say look out for this Bulla, to be completely honest with you, because she is the only unit in this game, to my knowledge, that massively stacks, right? She massively stacks attack, and then she gives all allies 3 ki and 40% attack, right? She obviously is not good, but I will say this. She has a chance of becoming absolutely broken, right? What if they gave her this? Massively stacked attack and defense on super attack, and then she got 40% attack and defense at the start of turn, which again is a very low number, but she's massively stacking, and then gave all allies 3 ki and 40% to attack and defense. She becomes like a god on these teams, right? Because she's gonna be massively stacking, and she's supporting, and she has her own little, and she has a chance to die. Like, she's not bad at all. So look out for her. I already have her rainbow and stuff, but she's bad right now, but she could end up being very, very broken in the future. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and this Goku's and whatever, Frieza's and Nova Shenron's, and honestly, if you need a AoE option for, you know, World Tournament, then this Majin Vegeta can definitely get the job. I went all the way down. This Majin Vegeta can definitely get the job done for you. But again, he's not really like the craziest unit of all time. But you know, more AoEs, the more units who you can have that have a chance of stunning, obviously, and super attacking all characters, I do think slightly worth it for sure. Just depends if you actually grind World Tournament, right? Then this Vegeta, no. Botamagetta, no. Ribrianne, I think she's very powerful for Pepe Gao, so you could definitely consider her. This Mai is falling off just a little bit, but she's not bad. I wouldn't really consider purchasing her, though. And then the rest of these Gohans and Trunks' units, no. This Zamasu, I feel like he'll be getting an EZA sometime soon. Dude, he's actually built to be very powerful for his EZA, especially since the STR Zamasu just got an EZA, right? This guy has, I keep scrolling all the way down by accident, 40% damage reduction, right? Which is very good. Very, very good. If he got this for an EZA up to 60%, and then raise attack and defense up to like 150%, the more HP remaining, whatever, like this guy is going to be very powerful, and then maybe he even recovers like 10% HP. Maybe he supports allies, extreme class allies 3 ki, whatever it is, dude. He has the potential to be very, very powerful. So right now he's a bad option, but I would say consider looking a little bit into the future for some of these units, right? AT, no. This Metal Cooler used to be like a really solid like go-to support, but he's kind of falling off now, honestly. Cella's he built up his attack pretty quickly. This Frieza does stack defense. I do think stacking defense characters are always worth it because, again, I mean, they have to be easy 8 for him to do that, right? And, you know, fully SA15 and stuff. But once you get that done, this defensive stacking is definitely, I think, worth it. If you like running target Goku, then this guy does support that category as well. And then he has a high chance to crit when facing Goku enemies. So he doesn't do the craziest damage, but his defense does start looking very, very good a few turns into battle, right? Then we have STR. Piccolo's another AoE unit, but he's not really that great. GT Goku sucks right now. This Trunks is still decent in typical content. This Rage Vegeta is just not that great. This Chi-Chi here, if you like see yourself running Pepe Gaos a lot in the future, I would say consider some, you know, maybe buying a copy of this Chi-Chi, because she's actually, like, when she gets her EZA, she's gonna be a problem because she gets 100% attack at the start of turn, which is good, right? Look at this. Pepe Gao's category allies 3 ki and 120% defense. This is actually the best support in the game. The best support in the game. Pepe Gao's is not a category that you should really sleep on, by the way. Yes, I only have like, what, 1 LR here. But, dude, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. She's still really, look at the, like, dude, this category is only getting stronger day by day. I mean, Physical Capital just got an EZA, right? 120% defense is ludicrous. Once this Chi-Chi gets like, if she gets like 120% attack and defense at start of turn, and then maybe some damage reduction when she's on Goku's family team or whatever, and then gives Pepega allies 4 ki and like 150 defense. Could you just imagine? She is going to be disgusting. Let's just put it at that. Toppo, I would say, is definitely one of the best options on this list. Toppo is like literally just God. He's not okay. Maybe he's not a god, but this guy I think is very, very, very good. Being able to raise allies attack on super attack, meaning he needs to be in that first slot for everyone else on the team to get affected by that, I think is very, very cool. He has his own attack and defense. He gives all allies 1 ki, which is not that bad. At least he gives himself ki, or gives everyone else ki, right? But 40% to attack and defense, which is very good. And then when you're in difficult content, he lowers all enemies defense by 70%, which means everyone on the team is hitting harder because this guy exists. The moment he drops or hops into the stage, everyone's defense is lowered. And guess what? If you have LR Tech Jiren gets buffed when enemies defense is lowered, right? So this guy literally activates that for free, okay? And if you're falling below 70% HP, he has 40% damage reduction. This guy is like low-key untouchable. I mean, again, you can definitely do damage to this guy, but it's like you have to literally put him in harm's way for that to happen, I think. Or maybe you could get unlucky, but if you're below 70% HP and you're doing a lot of damage anyway, like this guy's I think very, very, very powerful and really powerful support. If you need help on Universe Rival Saga, Realm of Gods, Final Trump card, any of these categories, I think he's definitely a really good pick for some of you guys. Rest of these units, I'd just say no, to be completely honest with you. Demon King Piccolo, Frost, and no. Again, so this Majin Vegeta is literally a counterpart to this Goku. He, creates STR orbs. If you need a really good partner for the tech transforming Majin Vegeta, he could definitely be a good option for you. This 17, I do think is underrated. If you like running Android teams and you can EZA this guy, I do think it's worth it because this guy, not only does he stack defense, but he can perform up to 3 super attacks per turn as long as you actually have 18 in the same rotation. So I do think this guy is definitely worth it. He's very powerful and a very good defensive option if you're running Android. So keep that in mind. I do think he's worth it, but I think Toppo's definitely like the number 1 on this list, to be honest with you. Let me hop into physical. Kefla is, I think, a must because she gets an EZA, so please consider that. This guy's getting an EZA sometime soon. I think he's already decent in terms of damage, but his defense kind of sucks. Kale is really good in difficult content, so you might want to consider her for like things like does she on Rapid Growth? I know she's on Exploding Rage, right? But she on Rapid Growth? Let me see when she awakens. No, she's not. So I mean, Exploding Rage can definitely she can like Universe 6 is actually really good in there because again, her damage reduction instead of turn is like good, but after her damage reduction wears off, she's really not that great, to be honest. So keep that in mind. This Piccolo is another really good defensive buffer for like all allies and stuff. He gives all allies 3 ki, I think it is, and let me see. No ki, but look at this, 77% defense. Like that is really, really good. 77% defense to all allies. Again, you're only running these specific categories though, so keep that in mind. But hey, man, any unit giving defense is, I think, very, very powerful. So keep that in mind. Rest of these units, I'd probably just say no, honestly. I mean, this cooler movie Goku still has some merit, but it is what it is. This Vegeta is a counterpart to the other Goku, the Tech Goku. This Vegeta is strong against Goku enemies, so I would consider bringing him if you're struggling facing a Goku. Champa's okay. This Buu is one of my favorite units in this game. Then we have Bergamo, right? So this Majin Buu, I mean, this guy, I think his numbers are pretty like deceitful. Because if you look at his EZA, right, he gets 66% attack and defense, and then he can build up an additional 3 ki and 66% attack and defense, right? So in total, he has like what 132% attack and defense, completely built up, which again does not seem crazy, right? Those units who literally start off and like with more than like double that actually. So it's not that great, but I've actually had this guy take double digits versus the STR UI Goku phase in the Legendary Goku, man. I can't tell you how that happened. I don't remember how I had support, whatever, but like this guy taking double digits, I think is very powerful. Like this guy is definitely like one of my favorite units in this game. Definitely one of my favorite EZAs. He shares every single link with the AGL, exchange mechanic Hercule into Majin Buu. So that's a very powerful rotation as well. That unit also stacks defense, so you have a really powerful defensive option there. And every single time this unit falls below 40% HP, or whenever your team does, he recovers 30% HP. This is unlimited, by the way, okay? This is literally unlimited. So every single time he appears, if you're below 40% HP, he's going to heal 30% back. So it's a very good healing mechanic. 40% is pretty low. Sometimes if you're falling below this, you're basically already dead. But you never know, right? You can be at 10% HP and have this guy heal up just a little bit for you. So that healing is definitely coming in clutch. And look at the categories, dude. Like, look at that. That makes him worth it, I think. Then we have Bergamo. This guy is, we know he's the best T1 in the game. I'm kidding. But this guy is very, very good. Very, very powerful. He can build up to 300% attack and defense, bro. What else do you need to know? And he can raise his defense up to 9 turns. His defense could look absolutely disgusting. So if I had to pick, you know, in terms of like potential, I would say STR Toppo number 1. And then I would say like, actually, I'll say STR Toppo and Physical Kefla at number 1. Would I? Okay. I'd say STR Toppo, Physical Kefla, and AGL Frieza at number 1 in terms of just value. And then like the second tier, I would say units like Bergamo, I think, are very good. This Vegeta, this Tech Goku up here. And then honestly, like this Skinny Buu up here as well. I'd say like they're like tier 2, you know, priority options. And then we could just hop into things like, you know, Peppy Gals, what's her face? Ribrianne, who I think is very powerful. And then, you know, again, Chi-Chi, she has value, but she needs like an EZA for her to be really, really good, I think. But yeah, that's basically it, though. Those are definitely the best units here. Remember that you can get up to what? I think it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. So you can rainbow actually any unit you want. Think about that. You can rainbow literally any unit you want from this list. So keep that in mind. Or you can pick up 6 different characters, right? Because if you pick up 6 different units, now you have 6 different completely new units to put on many teams. So 55% is definitely not as good as 100%, but I would definitely I'd rather pick 6 new units in my box than just 1 rainbow unit. So again, keep that in mind. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this is able to help you out, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.